Ezekiel 34. So God is comparing the leaders of Israel, spiritual leader and governmental leaders, to shepherds, but they actually were trying to get rich, and they were using their people. God said that his flock become plunder, and he says right here that the sheep of my pastor, the sheep of his pastor, is mankind. Probably, I'm not sure if he's only talking about the Israelite or all of mankind, but I think he's using Israelite to represent mankind. And so it talks about how there are sheep that go away and they don't go after them, they don't find them, sheep that are hurt and they don't care for them, things like that. And so God then just dispersed. He took away the shepherds, and then he scattered the sheep. But then he said that he will appoint over them one shepherd, his servant David, and that servant will feed them himself and be their shepherd. And it's not only that, but he says that he is the one who will go and find the sheeps, the lost sheep. Right here. He himself will lead his flock to rest. He will seek the lost, bring back the scattered, bind up the broken, strengthen the sick, but the fat and the strong he will eliminate. Not like just cuz, but he actually will judge between the fat sheep and the lean sheep, because sometimes the fat sheep are the one that are like pushing away the weak one with their side and shoulder, and gore the weak one with their horn. So within the sheep there are sheep that are hurting other sheep so that they get fatter, and they don't care for the weak one. So God will judge those. And when it talks about his servant David will be their shepherd, in the NASB translation, this word servant is not capitalized, and usually it's capitalized when it's talking about Jesus. But this one is not capitalized, and I think it's correct, because when we read it just like normally without reading too much into it, it sounds like David is the one that God will appoint to kind of like be a prince among them. But then in the David Jeremiah Study Bible, he's actually saying that because Jesus is the son of David, that this part is actually talking about Jesus being their shepherd. But I'm not sure. I think that's a little bit taking it a little bit farther, although Jesus did say that he came to seek and save the lost, fulfilling kind of like what God is saying that he will do here. And then David will be prince among them, not king. Jesus is going to be king. Jesus is the Messiah. But it says right here that David will be a prince. So to me, that's not talking about Jesus. And then, so basically, the Israelite, they will no longer be a plunder to the nation. God will gather them together. He will establish for them a planting place. They will not again be victims of famine or endure insults. And so Then they will know that is with them, and that they, the house of Israel, are his people. So his people, and then he also talk about his sheep, which are mankind. So there's a lot of things that I don't understand about this passage, but there are things that I do understand, which is the merciful nature of God, the love of God to seek and save the lost. And this God is the God of the Old Testament as well as the New Testament, and he never changes.